Hello there. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Wow, what a week. It definitely has been one. So here's my new accessory that I'll be wearing for the next 6 to 8 weeks. I think I'll be in this. It is now Thursday. I had surgery on Tuesday. So I'm 2 days past 2 days post-op. Yeah, 2 days post-op. I had my first physical therapy appointment today. Um, in physical therapy, I finally got to move my arm, which it was so stiff. It was hurting so much just generally from being stiff and not being able to move it. So I know now what my limitations are. I know kind of what I can do. I can take my I can take what is this thing called? A brace? I'm like, I can take my harness off. That's what I was thinking in my head. I can take my brace off and like leave my arm pushed up against like the bed or something so that I can adjust things, and I was able to put on real clothes. It felt nice to get out of my pajamas. Yeah, a sling, a brace. It's a little bit more than just a sling though, because this thing it's pretty locked in. It goes around your waist. It goes around here. For and I realize that most of these cameras are backwards. My injury is to my right arm, and I am extremely right-handed. I am not ambidextrous at all. So I am trying to figure out how to learn how to do all kinds of things with my left hand. So answering comments and answering messages, I'm doing the best that I can. I promise. I'm trying. I'm trying to use voice to text as much as possible because I had to sign stuff today and I did not realize how bad my left hand was at using anything. And I picked up that pencil and I started to look at that paper and I was like, oh my God, how do I sign my name with this hand? This is backwards. Like, I literally could not visualize it. I couldn't make myself do it to the point where I had to have my assistant help me. And I told the lady, I was like, I gave her permission to sign for me because I can't. I could barely write the numbers in for the dates, and it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. But it's okay. I'll get better. I'm gonna keep practicing. I'm learning how to brush my teeth and how to eat. I was trying to eat with a fork today. That was interesting. It's as I said, everything is backwards. It's very strange. So for anyone who doesn't know, I injured my arm. I ripped my labrum, which is the soft tissue that is inside your shoulder, and I also ripped my bicep. So I ripped my bicep from my labrum, so they had to actually move my bicep from up here to underneath. So now it has been reattached to underneath closer to where my armpit is. And then they went in and they removed all of the damaged and ripped tissue that was inside my shoulder. So most of my rehab is going to be retraining my bicep how to do things in a different way because it's going to be coming from a different direction. So yay, it's not fun. It's uncomfortable. It's not severely like I'm in dying pain, but it's just uncomfortable all the time. You can't sit right. This thing bruises you all the way around, and I have to leave this on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I have it feels like my skin is bruised all the way around my waist. But 6 to 8 weeks, and once the 6 to 8 weeks is over with, I will be able to start getting back to normal life things and working on strengthening my arm. Today we pulled it out and we moved it around, and I got to feel what flexibility I'm supposed to do. I have exercises that I have to do 3 times a day. I'm probably going to record them and do a video of them because if anyone else has had an injury like this, I'm sure that they would like to see what the process is that goes into getting it fixed, because you can get it done instead of sitting for like I did. I'm pretty sure I injured myself about 4 years ago, and I have re-injured it multiple times since then because I can almost remember every single time. But I have always been taught to just, oh, you're fine, tough it out, it'll be all right. If it stops hurting, you don't have to deal with it anymore. And a lot of times these things do stop hurting, and then when you re-injure them, they hurt again, or it's just, I don't know, they just get weaker and they get weaker, and if you don't fix it, you're going to ruin your appendages, and you need them. You only get one body. So my suggestion is that you get your stuff fixed and you get it taken care of. And I hope that I can be an example to anybody out there who is walking around with an ailment that needs to get handled. Using your left hand to do things instead of your right. Just to, you know what? I agree. It's going to improve my brain functioning. I think that it's going to be really good to teach my left hand how to do all kinds of things, because I do a lot of stuff anyways, and I've always been overworking my right arm. So why not start teaching my left to do some things, and I can be a lot more ambidextrous. I don't see how that could be horrible for anybody. Thank you very much for the roses. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, that's all this was meant to be a little bit of an update. So I am going to be going to physical therapy 3 times a week. They have me on antibiotics and they prescribe me painkillers, but I don't really like painkillers because they make me nauseous. So I take Midol, lots of Midol, and, you know, vitamins, vitamin E and stuff like that to help with healing. But yeah, there's not a whole lot involved medication wise with this. It's a lot of going to physical therapy. So that's going to be the most important part. And I look forward to updating you guys on Monday when I go back to physical therapy again. This weekend, I'm going to be following the rules, and I'm going to be doing my 3 times a day, trying to move the arm and do the things. I have to move it like with the other arm and pick it up and do certain stuff to get the flexibility back in the muscle, so that on Monday, hopefully there's not as much inflammation. That is the goal, is to reduce as much inflammation as possible. So I really hope that you guys are remembering to treat yourself and take care of yourselves, because it's extremely important. You can't help people around you if you're laying on the ground. Friendly reminder. I am hoping to be able to play some video games next week, because my doctor said that I should be able to hold a controller and use my hands. Right now I can't, because it's just really sore. It's very post-op sore. So he said to give it at least until next week. So next week I'm hoping to be able to play some video games, do a little bit more photo editing for all of the fantastic people hanging out on my OF page and my Patreon page. I know you guys are there, and I really appreciate you, and you are the coolest freaking people, because you're the reason why I'm able to afford to get this done and not feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. So thank you for being here and being supportive and being awesome. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to updating you again in a few days. And as soon as my arm is good enough for me to start playing some games, I'm gonna get on here and hang out with you guys and play some games. Maybe we'll do some coffee hangout streams, whatever. We'll figure something out, because it's gonna be a couple months, so might as well find some stuff to do. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you have an awesome rest of your